Yo, what's up guys? I'm here to tell you how Julius Erving could have teamed up with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Oscar Robertson, and Bob Dandridge. Coming off his junior year attending the University of Massachusetts, Julius Erving decided to drop out and join the ABA. Keep in mind that the NBA only allowed players 4 years out of high school to join the league. He signed with an agent by the name of Steve Arnold, but little did he know that this agent was also an agent for the ABA. Julius Erving decided to sign a 4-year contract with the Virginia Squires and went on to average 27.3 points and 15.7 rebounds per game, finishing second to Artis Gilmore for the Rookie of the Year. He led his Squires to the conference finals upon losing to Rick Barry and the New York Nets. At this time, he was eligible for the NBA draft since his college year was graduating, but he had already signed a 4-year deal with the Squires. He found out that his agent was a double agent and went on to file a lawsuit against him requesting that his current contract be terminated. Upon hearing this, the Atlanta Hawks began to get right on Julius Erving, assuming he wasn't eligible for the NBA draft and he was a free agent because he had already played 1 year in the pro league. However, he was eligible for the draft, in which the Milwaukee Bucks selected him 12th. Because of this, the Bucks asked that for his rights, they would receive Pete Maravich, Lou Hudson, draft picks, and cash. This was ridiculous, and the Hawks obviously declined. In spite of this, Julius Erving chose to attend the Atlanta Hawks camps and even claimed residence in the city of Atlanta. He signed a contract with the Atlanta Hawks and was very excited to play for them, as they had 2 residing stars in Pete Maravich and Lou Hudson, who were both very unselfish with the ball. The Bucks management was furious, as they clearly owned the rights to Dr. J. At the time, Julius Erving was balling out in the preseason games with the Hawks, posting up 28 points and 12 rebounds. This made Atlanta desperate to keep him and wanted to create a legendary big three between him, Pistol Pete, and Sweet Lou. The NBA held a meeting in which they established by a vote that the Bucks owned the rights to him and that the Hawks would be fined if they didn't hand him over. Erving continued to play for Atlanta, and the NBA took the team to court, where they were going to sue them for $2 million. In the court, the judge ruled that instead of playing for either of these teams, he'd go back and play out his contract for the Virginia Squires. This put an end to the debate, but the Bucks and Hawks weren't settled until Atlanta was fined $100,000 to Milwaukee Bucks, along with 2 future second-round picks and $100,000 to the league. One of these picks turned out to be Alex English, another Hall of Famer, but took his talents to Indiana in his first free agency. Julius Erving went on to play out the rest of his season with the Squires and was later traded to the Nets, where the merge between the 2 leagues came. He joined the 76ers and won a championship there. As for the Hawks, their current big three, Pistol Pete, Lou Hudson, and Walt Bellamy, ended up failing, only making it as far as the second round. And as for the Bucks, they were looking to win another championship, but instead went on a downward spiral as Oscar Robertson grew older and Bob Dandridge and John McLaughlin had to take on secondary roles. Kareem left for the Lakers in 1975 and Oscar Robertson retired. They went on to try and stack up young talent with the pieces Los Angeles gave them. So what if Julius Erving had joined the Milwaukee Bucks or even the Atlanta Hawks? Both could have been dynasties, but let's focus on the Milwaukee Bucks for now. They came in as an expansion team in 1968 and soon after won the controversial coin toss for Lou Alcindor. They went on to grab the championship in 1971, and hypothetically, Julius Erving signs a contract with the Bucks. He would then replace Greg Smith as the starting power forward position, leaving him off the bench with Lucius Allen, Dick Cunningham, Curtis Perry, and John Block. This time, the Bucks would take the Los Angeles Lakers to 7 games but lose to the Big Four, Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West, Gail Goodrich, and Jim McMillan in the 1972 Western Conference Finals. Heading into the 1972-1973 season, Greg Smith would still leave to go to Houston, and Milwaukee would still draft Chuck Terry. The starting lineup would stay the same with Oscar Robertson, John McLaughlin, Bob Dandridge, Julius Erving, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, with Lucius Allen being the 6th man for the aging Oscar Robertson. The Bucks would finish off the season going 65-17. They beat the Golden State Warriors led by Nate Thurmond and Rick Barry in the first round of the playoffs 4-1. This time, they would take the Lakers to 7 games and leading them to the finals with the New York Knicks. Milwaukee would beat New York in another 7-game series, leaving Walt Frazier, Earl Monroe, Dave DeBusschere, Willis Reed, Bill Bradley, Jerry Lucas, Dick Barnett, and Phil Jackson ringless. The stardom of the Bucks was just too much to take for the steep Knicks team. The 1973-1974 season will see not much change in the starting lineup again, but we'll see Oscar get much less minutes as he's growing weaker with age. Lucius Allen proves to be a solid 4th option on the team, and they finish off the season with a 64-18 record. They would again meet the Los Angeles Lakers, but this time in the first round, sweeping them with ease. Next up, they have the Chicago Bulls led by Bob Love and Clifford Ray, who they once again sweep. In the NBA Finals, they meet the anticipated Boston Celtics. This series sees Milwaukee take down Dave Cowens, John Havlicek, and JoJo White, giving Kareem his third and Erving his second championship. It was the 1974 offseason where Kareem Abdul-Jabbar demanded a trade, saying that the team wasn't good enough and that he didn't enjoy the city of Milwaukee. So it will remain a mystery if Kareem would still leave, but if he didn't, then this duo could have wreaked havoc on the entire league for years, and the city of Milwaukee would have 2 more championships at least to add to their resumes. If this duo stayed together and the team never fell apart, then they could have easily won multiple more rings, as the late 70s were filled with many mediocre teams that won it all. And even if this dynasty did fall apart and Kareem still leaves for the Lakers and Dr. J to the Sixers in some way, it still begs the question, what if? And even if Julius Erving found his way onto the Atlanta Hawks roster, the league as we know it today could be completely different. So let me know down in the comments what you think about this. But thank you all for watching. See you in the next one.